Only on 7 News. Call 7 investigator Keli Rabon discovering evidence of hundreds of Colorado rape cases left to sit on shelves collecting dust.
And Kelly, you found several police departments are not bothering to test the majority of their rape kits.
That's right. We found many departments say there just aren't enough resources to test every kit. And one police commander even told us incorrectly that he doesn't believe the evidence could help catch serial rapists.
I'm just saying, no, I don't know you. I don't want to do this. I shouldn't be here.
2 years ago, Keli Binder says she was drugged and raped by a man she met at a bar in downtown Denver.
He physically restrained me. And while he was raping me, I said no.
Within hours of the assault, Binder contacted Denver police, who recommended she go to the hospital for a rape kit.
You're laying on this white sheet under these bright lights. Every intimate part, taking photographs and pulling hair out of your head.
Binder says the process felt like a second assault.
The experience was just a nightmare.
The rape kit was given to police, but weeks later, Binder says Denver police told her they couldn't prove she didn't give consent, telling her her rape kit would not be tested to see if her attacker raped anyone else.
I was raped. This man raped me, and they did nothing. They did nothing at all.
And she's not alone. Since 2008, the Denver Police Department has received 1,064 rape kits. The Call 7 investigators found 44% of DPD rape kits have never been tested.
A lot of the rape kits we wind up doing are just to document the trauma and everything else that occurred.
Commander Ron Saunier with Denver Police says many rape kits don't need to be tested.
That comes down to a case-by-case basis. I can't say yes, everyone would.
Saunier says detectives may test rape kits when the suspect is unknown, but rarely test in cases of date rape or domestic sexual assault.
No, we don't test 100% of the cases. Some of those, we don't want to test or we don't need to test.
Even though DPD performs basic screening on more than half their rape kits, that doesn't mean it does all the testing necessary. DPD couldn't tell us how many kits it's tested for DNA, which is crucial to matching offenders in the national database. We asked if that was something worth tracking.
I don't know. I can't see, short of for your story, it's hard to say. I don't know, why that would be something that we need to track.
When I hear those numbers, they're incredibly frustrating to hear about.
Karen Moldovan with the Colorado Coalition Against Sexual Assault says departments need to do a better job testing rape evidence.
Somebody that may have sexually assaulted a friend or a loved one may also have sexually assaulted strangers.
The Fort Collins Police Department sends its rape kits to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. Since 2007, Fort Collins collected 243 rape kits, but our investigation found 72% were not tested.
Do you think that more kits should have been sent?
No.
Captain Don Vaggi says in cases where the primary question is if the victim consented, those kits are not tested.
Depends on what the circumstances of the case are. If they know the suspect and the issue is consent or the lack thereof, a sane kit isn't going to typically help with the issue of consent.
And Vaggi claims those rape kits aren't even eligible to be tested and uploaded into CODIS, law enforcement's national DNA database.
If the issue is consent and she knew who the person was, my understanding is that does not get loaded into CODIS.
But we found that's not true. CBI spokesperson Susan Medina says if local agencies send a kit, CBI will enter it into the database.
And then that person could be connected to other cases.
It takes an average of 6 to 9 months for CBI to process rape kits. But it's a service CBI provides free of charge to help local agencies solve crimes.
Justice. We're all seeking justice.
Which raises questions about why agencies like the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department send so few kits.
We don't hold back from sending them. We just don't want to unnecessarily bog down the system at CBI.
Mark Techmeyer says Jefferson County collected 117 rape kits during the last 5 years. But we found 64% of its rape kits have not been tested.
And to send them tests that have absolutely no use whatsoever would be illogical.
How do you think a victim would feel hearing that what's in that rape kit is of no use?
Our victims know.
Do you think that victims deserve more?
I think that victims and survivors deserve absolutely anything we can possibly give to them as a society. So by having this evidence, it can really be helpful in piecing cases together.
At Denver Police, Saunier says his department is doing the best it can.
If there's a rapist out there, I want to do everything in my power to try to catch him. But I also have to realize, you know, that I don't have unlimited resources.
And the fact that my rape kit test was never submitted into the system just allows another predator to go free, to do this again to somebody else.
None of the departments that we spoke with could tell us how many total rape kits were being held in storage or how many total had been tested. And many asked us for thousands of dollars to research that information. States like Texas and Illinois and cities like San Francisco and New York mandate that all rape kits are tested. And the Justice Department is working on best practices for testing. On our website, thedenverchannel.com, we've created interactive charts detailing the numbers of rape kits tested by many Colorado communities.
Now, DNA testing can help police catch criminals, but a Call 7 investigation found police departments across Colorado don't test most rape kits.
But now one agency is changing its policy. Call 7 investigator Keli Rabon first to uncover the problem. And Keli, your story triggering that change.
That's right. That Call 7 investigation found the Fort Collins Police Department was not testing rape kits that should have been tested. Tonight, they're now searching and will soon begin testing years of evidence.
It changes our practices from this point forward.
Fort Collins Police Chief John Hutto reacts to our Call 7 investigation.
You brought something to our attention and when we checked into it, we found out that we could do things better.
Our investigation found 72% of Fort Collins rape kits were not tested.
It really wasn't a question of, wow, we're sending too few or we're not sending them appropriately until we learned otherwise.
Investigators initially told us rape kits involving victims who knew the suspect couldn't be tested and entered into CODIS, the national DNA database.
My understanding is that does not get loaded into CODIS.
That was Captain Don Vaggi 2 weeks ago, before the department contacted the Colorado Bureau of Investigation.
After your story, we contacted CBI to make sure that we were, in fact, correct in that assumption, and that and what we found out was that we were not.
Now that the department has learned rape kits from known suspect situations can be tested, Chief Hutto says his department will submit the kits in future cases and in old cases too.
We're also going to be taking a look at the kits that we have in evidence right now and seeing what of those fit the criteria, and we'll be sending those as well. Then maybe CODIS will do what it was intended to do, and it will either solve an old case or maybe solve some future case.
Hutto says that it's possible that other police departments may have also misunderstood which rape kits were eligible for testing. We asked CBI if it was re-educating local agencies about the correct policy, but CBI has yet to respond. In the newsroom, I'm Call 7 investigator Keli Rabon.
A call for change after a Call 7 investigation. 7 News uncovering thousands of rape kits left sitting on shelves. Police departments across the state failing to test them.
Now elected officials are looking to take action. Call 7 investigator Keli Rabon live with the new developments. Keli, you found both state and federal laws could change.
That's right. The Fort Collins Police Department has already changed its policy on rape kit testing after our investigation. Now lawmakers are looking for solutions to a problem we uncovered. And there could be new laws on the state and federal level to test rape kits.
I couldn't believe that this was happening and that so many kits had gone untested.
Colorado Speaker of the House Frank McNulty is taking action after our investigation.
The only reason we know about this is because of the 7 News investigation.
We found Colorado police departments leaving thousands of rape kits untested. The DNA of suspected rapists not entered into a federal database, potentially leaving rape victims to undergo an intrusive exam for no reason.
The experience was just a nightmare.
Keli Binder says she was drugged and raped in 2010 by a man she met in a bar.
I was raped. This man raped me. And they did nothing. They did nothing at all.
Do you think if your kit would have been tested, there's a chance that he could have been linked to other crimes?
Definitely.
Our Call 7 investigation uncovered police around the state were not testing rape kits when the suspected offenders were known. In Denver, police did not test 44% of the rape kits they collected since 2008.
No, we don't test 100% of the cases. Some of those, we don't want to test or we don't need to test.
Denver Police Commander Ron Sonyer said when the victim knows the offender and it's a question of consent, the kit is usually not tested.
And to send them tests that have absolutely no use whatsoever would be illogical.
Denver is not alone. Jefferson County Sheriff's spokesman Mark Techmeyer provided data showing his department left 64% of its rape kits untested.
And when you have rape kits sitting on a shelf in our local law enforcement offices not being tested, we're missing key opportunities to bring these sexual predators to justice.
Representative McNulty is drafting legislation to require all rape kits be tested.
I intend to introduce it as my first bill of the session to make sure that we get a quick start on it, and my hope is we deal with it expediently and do our part to get these bad guys off the street.
It's unclear how much testing all rape kits would cost, but McNulty says it's worth it.
From my perspective, we need to spend what we need to spend to protect the victims of sexual assault.
Is it a question of resources or is it a question of will?
On the federal level, U.S. Senator Michael Bennet introduced legislation in May that he says will increase the number of kits that get tested.
The least we could do is to test those.
Bennet is co-sponsoring legislation to change the requirements of a federal DNA analysis grant. Currently, the grant mandates departments use at least 40% of the grant money to test rape kits. Bennet wants to increase that requirement to 75%.
This federal money ought to be used to test these rape kits, and we don't want it to be wasted on other things.
I don't think that anybody should have to go through what I went through.
What do you think needs to be done?
I think that they need to test every rape kit.
Bennet says at this point he doesn't believe the federal government should mandate that all kits be tested. But if McNulty's bill passes, there would be a mandate to test all kits in Colorado. Bennett's bill also provides money to track rape kits, which our investigation found was often not happening in Colorado. Live in the newsroom, I'm Call 7 investigator Keli Rabon.